But here on the Central Coast, let's get another check of weather with our chief meteorologist, Dan Cianca. Dan, I'm not going to lie, we had some gorgeous days, sun, and then the rain came back. Is there more rain on the way?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be in this pattern for a while. Looks like next 3 weeks of more relatively cool temperatures and rainy weather. Some indications in the late term forecast showing some heavier rain within the next week and a half or so. So lots to unpack. Let's get to it. Here's a look at the radar picture tonight. Still seeing some showers this evening. Any one of these showers could have a brief downpour at the moment, or even some small hail. At the moment, I'm not detecting anything out of the ordinary, but we'll continue to see the threat of some wet weather overnight. And of course, if anything gets a little more spicy, we'll take a closer look at it. But in the meantime, a brand new alert to share with you tonight. This is from the Weather Service recently issued a winter weather advisory for this potential for some snow in the higher elevations. It does include the Santa Cruz Mountains, the Diablos, the Gabs, and the Santa Lucia range. The potential anyway for 2 to 4 inches above 1,500 feet. So that's a relatively low level. That does include the Highway 17 summit, for example, or at least close to it there. So potential for a little bit of snow overnight with the showers moving through, the snow levels getting pretty low. We'll talk about the snow potential here in just a moment. I just want to get you that alert at the moment. That does last until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Well, let's take a live look from Domenico's on the Wharf tonight. Right now, not much going on, but the potential for some wet weather in Monterey here shortly as some more showers continue to move in off of the mighty Pacific Ocean. Winds have died down tonight, but we're still seeing some gusts up in the hills. Loma Prieta gusting to 18 miles per hour, 17 miles per hour at Santa Rita Peak. For the most part, in the lower elevations, we're looking at relatively light winds tonight. Still a little breezy in some areas, though, and temperatures are not warm. We're down to 40 degrees in Watsonville this hour with the low 40s elsewhere around the bay, even plenty of spots in the 30s. And take a look at Santa Rita Peak, speaking of that, in San Benito County. Now, I know most of you have never been to Santa Rita Peak. I've actually been there. There's a road you can drive right up it. You got to get a permit. But the reason I have it on the map is it's 4,000 feet in the Diablo range. So it's a good way to see where the temperatures are in the higher elevations. And I added it to this map and a couple other higher elevation spots just to kind of give you an idea of where our freezing levels are. It's really important this time of year. So obviously it is well below 4,000 feet right now. In fact, Black Mountain in San Benito County also is above 3,000 feet. You're already down into that 31 degrees range. So it's starting to get cold in the higher elevations. That will drop a little bit overnight, and that's why there is a risk of some snow with any of these showers passing by. They may produce snow in our mountains while we're just getting rain in the valley bottoms, for example. But temperatures, again, even on the coast, expected to get into the 30s overnight. In between these showers, the skies are fairly clear, so that does allow those temperatures to fall rapidly. We already showed you that the winds are fairly light. So I wouldn't pay necessarily too much attention to the exact placement of any of these individual showers on our futurecast, because it's really just the model reacting to the potential for convection or these showers to develop. With that said, as we head into the morning commute, we will have scattered showers moving by out there. If it is over your neighborhood, you may encounter some small hail. If it's up in the hills, maybe in the form of snowflakes. And if you're down at sea level, you're most likely just to see rain. But we'll have some showers passing through. They're not going to be widespread. Not everyone is going to get them tomorrow morning, but a few of you will, and it's going to make for some wet roads, certainly some slippery roads in the higher elevations. And the threat of showers will actually continue throughout the day tomorrow, into tomorrow night, and actually all the way into Tuesday as well. So this is just going to keep going for us. Future rainfall or future snowfall is showing some potential snowfall in our mountains, up to a couple of inches in some instances. So nothing too crazy, but it's certainly enough to make for some slippery roads in the higher elevations. So be careful overnight or during that morning commute, especially if you live up in the higher elevations of the Santa Cruz Mountains. You may encounter some slippery roadways with the wintry mix reaching some of the lower elevations. So here's a look at your temperature forecast. We're down into the 30s overnight up in the hills, and then highs back into the low 50s tomorrow. Santa Cruz still pretty cool for this time of year. It's been hard to break out of these 50s. We have been cold for some time now. 52 in Watsonville tomorrow. Oh, 55 in Salinas. That's nice and warm. 53 in Hollister, Gilroy tomorrow. Marina 53. Over to the Monterey Peninsula, expecting highs in the low 50s as well. Lows generally in the low 40s. Over to the south we go. Southern Monterey and San Benito counties expecting lows in the 30s and highs in the low to mid 50s tomorrow afternoon. Looking ahead, well, This low to our north is going to keep spinning, sending rounds of showers toward the west coast as we head through Wednesday. We might get a little bit of a break on Thursday, but then a system coming in out of the north will interact with some subtropical moisture, which has the potential to bring us some heavier rainfall by Friday, something I'm watching pretty closely. And then some of the models are showing that kind of a repeat of that as we head into early next week. So, yeah. Man, I don't want to talk about flooding, but if you live along some of the streams that have had some flooding issues, over the last couple of months, please pay attention to the forecast here in the coming days. We'll keep you up to date on what to expect as we move forward, but it's looking pretty wet, I would say, after a week or so. So looking at that 7-day forecast quickly again here, isolated showers persisting for the next 3 days, cool, breezy. We get a break on Thursday, then rain likely on Friday into Saturday. Temperatures will be warmer because we're tapping into some subtropical air, so that'll warm us up a bit, but not above normal. But we're going to be wet with that warmth. Inland areas also cool, breezy, showery for the next couple of days. A little bit warmer into the weekend, but rain likely. Stay tuned to the forecast.